I was sitting here thinking back when I had my separation, my divorce, and, shit was just chaotic. When I started to get into the gym and working on my physique, getting into the point of where I'm at today, I realized something now that I didn't realize before. And that was getting in shape. It doesn't fix that male loneliness when you're going through that period, that hell hole, but it damn sure saves you from it. And that's what I want to go into because we're in a period where a lot of you, man, you're probably going through your period of male loneliness. And I want you to understand the immense power that you are about to embark on if you understand what you need to do in order to set yourself up for success. See, let me ask you a question. Have you ever gone to the gym thinking like you're trying to replace a void, right? Something that feels hollow inside, empty. Like you're probably there right now still thinking that if I can just get to this particular body fat percentage, this weight, that maybe things will get better, that maybe the pain that I'm feeling right now will actually go away. But I'm here to tell you, when I was in my hellhole, sleeping in my car, that pain didn't go away, fellas. And that's because what I realized now that I didn't realize before was the gym doesn't erase that male loneliness. It only transform it if you know how to actually redirect it. See, what happens is the gym, it takes that same pain that broke you in the first place, right? And it turns it into power for you. That's the important thing that you need to get. And that's why a lot of men, it goes right over their head. They end up missing this, right? They don't, they get confused as to why they're in the gym training. They're training, yes, to escape the pain. That's part of it, right? But you also train to give that pain direction. Give me a second. Oh, man, my voice has been crazy today. But yeah, that's what I realized was, that pain that you are going through, it actually helps you to redirect it towards where it needs to go, where you're going to see the results. And that's how you really save yourself, fellas. That's how you stop needing, the validation from females. Because every time that I was too busy trying to get into a relationship versus working on getting into a relationship with myself, I failed. I got used. I was too busy falling into that nice guy syndrome. And that's why body game is so important. That's why the concept of building up a man's physique, it helps cultivate his masculinity, right? And see, that's the truth that most men, they don't say out loud. I mean, at least I don't hear it. And that's every man has gone through some shitty moments that has made you feel hollow inside and out. I'm talking about breakups, betrayal, failure, loss. I can go on and on. Right? We go through some a hell of a time with just living in this world. And what has happened is the gym becomes that one place where you feel like something is going right in your life. Because you get into the gym, you're clanking those weights around, you're grunting and stuff. It's not lying to you about the results. What you put in is what you get out. It's not sitting there feeling sorry for your situation. Again, what you put in is what you get out of it. It meets you every single time with honesty, fellas. You don't heal by talking about strength. You heal by becoming him, by becoming strength, right? So let's talk about that transformation phase, because I know that all too well when, again, I hit rock bottom. The first thing that was on my mind was female companionship, because I was in a relationship for so damn long That's all I knew. So I want to go over that transformation phase that some of you guys are probably already well in, and some of you guys are probably getting ready to embark on. And that first part is the pain that you're experiencing right now when you're trying to build up that body game, build up that physique, that power in your life back to loving who you are. That pain is that raw material for power, right? See, every time you hit the gym, when you're betrayed, you're heartbroken, you have a loss, right? You are choosing control over collapsing. Most guys, they choose alcohol to help cope with collapse, betrayal, loss, heartbroken, girl cheated on them. They choose, corn, adult content, things like that, when they're caught up in tough situations, instead of just going through the pain head first. Put on your boxing gloves and fight that shit head on, right? Because that's what we're about. See, they start seeing their circumstances differently. Instead of looking at it as the demons in their life, looking at it as the angels that is actually going to carry them forward to getting to the goal that they desire, right? See, you start seeing the weight differently. It's not the enemy, guys. It's your feedback, real time. That's when the gym becomes therapy for man. That's what happened with me. See, I admire the physique that I'm in right now, but I definitely admire my mindset, how resilient that is, how sustainable it is in relationships, and even if relationships are not there. That part I've never experienced, but the whole body game, jumping on that and understanding how that changes your mindset, how that changes how you move in business, how that changes how you show up in relationships. That changed the game for me, fellas. See, that's when I realized that the more that I was building, the more grounded that I became. I wasn't numb anymore. I became a stable man. The second thing that I realized during this transformation phase, when I had hit rock bottom and I was trying to rebuild during that male loneliness phase, was getting lean. I know you guys think that getting lean is the end goal, and it's promising. I've gone over the benefits, but the reality is getting lean doesn't necessarily fix you. What it actually does is it rebuilds you, right? See, you may go through a betrayal with a woman, and that shit still is going to sting. You're still going to miss her. You're still going to have feelings for her. But the difference is that your days start to fill with momentum instead of memories. You're not sitting there in bed depressed thinking about the hurt, the pain. As a man, it's all right to miss what used to be in our life. There's no weakness in that, right? But when you sit there and you can't move or function in life, you don't do your routines anymore, that's the problem. See, when you jump on body game and you take your physique serious and you stop coping and complaining, that's when you stop chasing closure and you start chasing progress, fellas. Because closure is not going to do anything for you. But progress, on the other hand, that shit compounds over time. See, the mirror becomes your accountability partner, not the person that left you. Think about that. That's not your escape. Your escape is the work that you put in the gym. If you're in the gym right now listening to this, take that shit serious. That is a blessing in disguise. Some guys, they are praying right now that they have the health that you have right now to get into the gym and get it. You got motion right now, so continue to move that way. Don't take what you're doing right now to build and cultivate your physique and just your life as a masculine man. Don't take it for granted. Because the journey that we're on as men is a beautiful thing. All right. That is the transformation phase that we go through. The third thing that you need to understand about this transformation phase, especially when you are going through that period of male loneliness, is that women, when you jump on body game, women, they notice. All right. It is what it is. Right. But that's not the goal. It's never been my goal. After the age of 40, it's never been my goal. My goal, yeah, women notice, but by the time they do, I have already moved past the need of their validation, and you should too. It is liberating to be a man, comfortable in his own skin, and knowing that you don't need that external validation, right? It is a compliment, not something that you need to sustain your life. You're not training to impress anymore. I keep telling you guys this all the time. A lot of you guys, whenever I post my physique, right? I keep telling you, I don't train to impress anybody anymore. As I get older, I know who I am. And that's the confidence that I'm trying to build in you guys. If I wanted to be a big fitness influencer or whatever, I could go down that path, but that's not it. It's about what's up here, because I'll tell you one thing. When I was in that hellhole and I was trying to find my way back to life, right? I had to look deep inside of me and understand exactly what was going to keep me sustainable. And it wasn't my physique. It was what I had to go through. The transformation phase that we're talking about today, that allowed me to be the man that I am today, to show up for my son each and every day, for him to look up to me, for you guys to acknowledge what I'm saying and understand the wisdom that I'm spitting for. Right? And if you're doing if everything that you're doing, making money, acquiring new knowledge, traveling, getting on Instagram is for a female, your foundation is going to be shitty, guys. That's why it's better to have that energy, that validation. And here's the thing. Energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transferred. And we all need validation in our life. So if somebody says that, oh, you don't need validation, that's BS. Validation is a form of energy. The only thing is, some of us, when we were kids, we got validation from our parents. And then from our parents, when we got into school, it came from the school and students. And then from there, as we got into adulthood, it became from our companionships and partly our friends and our job. Right. So all in all, that validation just moved from one form to the next. But here's what I'm saying. You are now a grown man. And as you have seen in the dating market, it's not the best. Right. So why are you building your house on sand? Why are you trying to get in shape for females instead of looking at it as a byproduct, but getting in shape for you, so that way you focus on your life? The females are going to be there. Knock, knock, knock. They're going to be there. You don't have anything to worry about. Again, you're not trying to impress anymore. You're training to belong, to prove or pretty much display how hard you have earned everything that you have around you. Right? That training belongs to you, no one else. They weren't in the gym with you. That's the shift from I hope she sees me when you're on Instagram to I see me, right? And see, most younger guys, I think that the older guys are getting this, but most of the younger guys, what I've realized is that they don't understand the social side of solitude. And now, when you hear social and solitude, it doesn't go hand in hand, but I'm going to explain why, right? Because I'm always thinking. I always have plenty of time to think. See, people start respecting you different when you're consistent, when you have done the work of building up your body in solitude, no recognition, no one is giving you a round of applause, no one is checking up for you, but you're checking up for yourself every day. Again, you are consistent. And that stuff radiates, it shows. But more importantly than other people respecting you is yourself. And I'm here to tell you, I can look at some men and they may look like they're in shape, but they have zero confidence. They have zero confidence. They don't have a single damn respect for themselves. And see, that's what you need to understand. This phase is for you to cultivate confidence. What good is a car that looks good, but it's always in the damn shop all the time? McLaren's? Same thing with your physique, same analogy. What good is your physique and you don't have the confidence to keep it moving, have some motion, pull when you're not even trying to? I know I'm spitting. I know you guys understand what I'm talking about. And that's the part that you need to understand, the social side of being in that solitude and going through that transformational phase. The male loneliness is not the enemy, guys. See, that new energy that you're cultivating changes how you speak, how you walk, and how you connect with individuals. The loneliness doesn't necessarily disappear. Even when you get into a relationship, it doesn't disappear. It just evolves. See, you start to realize that you never needed company. You just needed clarity. Excuse me. You just needed that clarity, guys. So what does saving yourself during this period really mean? What does being your own hero, being your own rescue in this period look like for you? Think about it. Ask yourself that question. Now that you've had a chance to think about it, understand this, fellas. Nobody is coming to fix your life. If you don't put in the work, nothing is going to change in your life. If you want more money and you want to be successful and you want to have better relationships, a better physique, you have to put in the work. You can't sit here and wish for that shit. You have to just get up and say, you know what? I'm going to show up consistently even when the results are not changing. I'm going to show up today even when I don't see results. I'm going to show up today even when I don't see results. That's what it looks like. Eating the same thing over and over again. Right? That's what it looks like for me over 40, having a physique as if, I guess you guys said, I'm in my 30s or whatever the case may be. That's what it looks like. Eating the boring shit. I'm not out in the clubs. I'm focused on my grind, my hustle, my mission, and I'm doing what's best for me, and I'm loving it. I'm loving my space. I'm loving who I am, who I'm growing to become, right? And therefore, I'm keeping with that type of energy. But every morning you wake up, fellas, and you choose progress over pain, you save yourself little by little, day by day. The gym just gives you that structure for it. The gym just gives you that playground to build. And that's why, honestly, that's why fit men carry peace differently. That's why, I don't know if you guys notice, but I don't have that desire to be showy and flashy. You guys know my life, right? I have my exotic car. I have my home. I have my family and stuff like that. I don't care to be a flashy person. I have peace. You can strip all of that stuff away. I've been in a low level position before where I didn't have anything. And the one thing that I valued so much was the peace that I had. And that's all I care about. Strip everything away. I'm smart enough to get it back. It's just materialistic stuff. It's just vanity metrics. But what matters the most to me is peace. And how do I acquire peace? Getting my behind in the gym and working for it. Working for it through the pain. Progress over pain, fellas. Always remember that. And that is the main reason why men that are fit, they carry peace differently. They have already faced their darkness and lived through it. Right? Think of your Bane from Batman. If you need that motivation. Or when Batman was in the hole in that Dark Knight movie. So, you know what? This weekend, everybody needs to watch The Dark Knight. Get that motivation. Try to put yourself in that situation where you have lost everything and you have to claw your way back out. That's a powerful motivator right there. Just to kind of spark a fire under your ass. All right? Now, see, what you need to understand is you don't run from the heartbreaks. You don't run from the betrayals and all this other stuff. What you do is you face it head on. You look it in the eye and you become stronger and you say, not today. It's not going to, knock me down. It's not going to throw me off of my foundation. And that's what I'm saying. If you don't learn anything else about the transformation phase of, being in that lonely period and trying to continue down, building up your body game, I want you to understand that getting in shape never erases pain, but it gives it damn purpose. That's what it did for me. This channel wouldn't be here if I didn't have enough damn pain that I was hurting from, that almost made me want to unalive myself, but it gave me purpose because I realized that if I'm not here, who's going to teach my son? And that's why I show up every day. I don't care about the vanity stuff. I care about my son hearing my voice and hearing how to move in life. Because he needs to be swift. He needs to know exactly what he's up against, whether it's females, whether it's the economy, whether it's, you name it, right? Printing money, gamifying life as a man. All the stuff that I'm teaching you, he has firsthand. This is just not feel good stuff. This is real life. This is a manual, right? See, that's what separates weak men from the guys that are forged. Don't stop feeling, fellas. Being masculine is not about not feeling, but it is about controlling and not folding. And if that's you, if you're ready to make moves, have some motion, put in the chat, I'm saving myself. Because if you are truly done letting pain break you and you are ready to turn that pain into power, you damn right you're saving yourself. Because at the end of the day, fellas, the gym doesn't fix your life, but it reminds you of the one that you still have.